Hi and welcome to a new vlog. Today I thought I talk a little bit about some gaming related stuff. What do I mean? There are two topics that came up the last few weeks, and I thought, yeah, I somehow want to talk about them a little bit more, or just give some. Like I said, I always give just some thoughts about them, and. The first thing I thought would be a nice and interesting topic to talk about are games to relax. Now, what do I mean with that? A few weeks ago, or I think 2 weeks ago, it has to be, someone came up to me and asked, do I know any kind of games that you can play in short bursts that might give you a little bit relaxation, or I mean, you just can turn off for a while and just play a little bit slowly. Now, there are a lot of games like this you can call relaxing or something like that, but in the end, I'm honest, most of the games I know, at some point they give you a little bit more action, so I wouldn't call them relaxing. And if you start thinking about something or so, yeah, I don't think it's really something I would always call I would say it's a relaxing thing. I mean, you can call adventure games or something like that relaxing because they're slow, you only follow the story, but on the other hand, you have to think about all the puzzles that are going in there, and yeah, at some point I don't think I would call this a relaxing gaming experience. But I think it was an interesting idea to think about, because okay, everyone has a different opinion about what is relaxing and so on. But are there really games out there that would fit into this? Or really fit into this description, something I just can start playing without thinking, just let it go, and that are not Call of Duty games. I mean, you can always say third person or first person shooter is a relaxing game because you don't have to think about it. Let's be honest. But yeah, I thought a while, and in the end, I think the best games that would fit into this category are all these music games you can find out there. And I'm not talking about rhythm games where you are faced with a specific music, just like Guitar Hero or something like that. I mean, the games you can play your own music library. And I know some people will say, yeah, that's bullshit. No, it's not. If you think about it, let's get a little bit deeper into it. Why I say these are the best games for this. Let's say games like Chime Sharp, Audio Surf a little bit. Symphony is, I think, directly on the edge of it. Melodies Run, maybe I would also put in there, and some others I might haven't played yet. Why do I say these, especially these games? Very simple, because you can play your own music library, and if you just, of course, if you just play something like like Slayers or something like that, then okay, these games are very hectic, very quick, very heart pumping, and I understand that some people might say, yeah, see, you're already giving your own answer that these games can't be relaxing, and yeah, you're seeing it from the wrong point, because who says that I have to put these music in there? I can put some relaxing music in there and have a little bit fun with them. I have tried it out because I have some of these games, and it's really interesting how you can play them. I mean, Chime is a game that you can't put your own music in. I think in Chime Sharp it's available, but in the first one, I think the music was really put in there for more relaxing gameplay. But the other games, like I said, like Symphony or Audiosurf, it's I have to be honest. I tried it out. I had a lot of fun with them, even with slow music. And I was just sitting there, just listening to the music, sometimes doing something on the screen, but never really falling in hectic. And I had some time to think about some things. It really was. It really was a fun and interesting experience. And so I would say, if you ever are in need of a game to be a little bit more relaxing and just to be just to shut up a little bit, then go for these kind of games. Get them. They are not that expensive, and yeah, they're ideal for this. Just start one. I mean, from most of the games you can get some trial version just to check it out, and you aren't able to play mostly your own library, just some small parts from the giving music. But really, these games are really great time wasters and relaxing time wasters. So yeah, definitely check them out. The other possibility what you can do, but again, this depends on the game, the stories themselves, are actually visual novels. Because one thing I also think is a great time waster are still books. And if you aren't interested in reading a book, then I think the nearest possibility to find some relaxation if you're sitting in front of your computer. I mean, okay, one thing I should say now at this point, I personally wouldn't go that far and say I want to relax in front of the computer, but everyone has its own idea of that. So yeah, that's just me, just to get that out of the way. And yeah, visual novels, not the just the ones where you are able to, or you're just reading. So the kinetic novels, I mean, because there are really great ones out there that are just there for you, not with some dark or really suspense story, but really just stories about people out there, and nothing more. Really just slice of life stories you're reading through with normal human problems in so many ways, and they are really great ones. And these are really, I would say these are also great ideas or great examples where you can talk about more relaxation kind of games. One example I personally love to give, and I just this is just popping in my head because I showed this one to someone just shortly, or I recommended it to someone, was the visual novel Highway Blossoms. Okay, I will say that it's not for everyone, just to get that out, but the way they wrote the story, and the way they created the characters, used the used the music, used the soundtrack in that. It was just a story about someone or two people meeting up, and nothing really more. They were put into a situation you normally wouldn't be put into. But on the other hand, they didn't put that in front of them. The characters were very, very lifelike, very real life. The problems, the way they thought. It really was an interesting read, and in the end, there were very slow passages in there. There were 2 or 3 more hectic ones, but they were really quickly abandoned in so many ways. It really wasn't, and especially the more relaxing parts, I would put it that way. When some characters sit in front of a fireplace or just thinking about some things. It really was relaxing. It really was interesting just to see these pictures, just to hear the soundtrack, the very slowly soundtrack, more instrumental soundtrack. Nothing really heart pumping and so on. Like I said, there were parts in there, but this is something I would really call relaxing, because you were sitting in your chair, or I was sitting in my chair, just coming down, just listening to what's going on, even just looking at the picture. I didn't click continue, but these were situations where I just was sitting there and just listening, just let everything flow by me. And yeah, so like I said, these are situations or just some examples you can use for as examples for relaxing games. And yeah, it really worked. It really worked great. So like I said, I really would I really highly recommend checking that out. And of course, like I said, this is just one example, or my personal example, what I would put into this category of relaxing games. So if you have other examples, hey, please, I always love hearing that. And if you're someone who, let's put it this way, relaxes while fighting against alien monsters or something, that's great. That's absolutely great, because again, I really think everyone has a different idea of relaxing, and I always love hearing these ideas, because sometimes you find something that you never really thought about, and or you never really thought would be something that's that could help to calm down in today's world, or just switch off and think about nothing else. Yeah, like I said, I really, if you have other ideas, please let me know. I always love hearing about these things, or how people really enjoy just shutting off in many ways. Yeah, I really mean it. It's always fun. It's always fun hearing these things. Yeah. So, is there something else I wanted to talk about in many of these cases? Not at the moment about relaxing games. I think I already have gave all my thoughts. But there was a second thing I wanted to talk about, and this was, how to put it. Now I lost my one moment. I lost my will here. Yeah, there is something else I wanted to talk about, because again, this is something I had some interesting discussions these past few days, and I thought this might also be something people might be interesting, or let's put it this way, it might be something people could give some interesting feedback and ideas. And this is about console wars. Now, I know many of you will now shudder and say, "Oh God, please, not this again," because this is something that always comes up every time a new console comes out. Someone out there will start doing these console wars, or will talk about console wars, or will start, "My console is better than yours, and my games are better than yours," and etc. etc. Yeah, why did I bring this up now? This is because I think many of us have the wrong idea about console wars, because mostly when we hear console wars, it's because we are thinking about people, trolls that are just out there on in the internet, just talking smack about other things, and just being assholes about their consoles, etc., and the platform they're playing on. And I give you something to think about, because this is, like I said, we talked about this a little bit, and in the end there was something we thought was an interesting idea, because many people think console wars are something that how to put it, just starts from some idiot on the web, or who just wants to be seen, known, and so on. Just wants to be an asshole, wants to piss the people off. And here I think many of us are wrong. Why do I think that? Because console wars, if you check out, if you search the web a little bit deeper about this, console wars was something that was always there. Console wars always, since I think since the invention of consoles, always there was someone who said their work was greater than the other ones. And I think if we are honest to us, console wars were a marketing ploy. If you check it out a little bit more in depth, so often there was so often where you could read about these things, and always you found out that at some point some company started them. Let's one of the famous examples why I'm bringing that up was if you think about it, the old Sega adverts, where Sega said always talked a little bit about what Nintendo did, we do what Nintendo don't, and etc. Advertisings. And I personally think that always these console wars break out just before a new console arrives, have to do just because the marketing departments are very, very quick and very, very strong. The only problem is, normally if you think about it, what's sad about this is not that so many people that it's really quickly spreading. It's more that so many people are able to jump on this bandwagon. If we are honest, why do so many people react on them? This is something I'm more, I would say, more concerned. Because this always, I mean, okay, today we always talk about how marketing, how ads work, and how often these marketing ploys really affect people. But I think this is one of the biggest ones that really always comes up and always works. I have never seen, I have seen a lot of marketing ploys in my life today, but mostly it works once, and then at some point it just disappears. But not this one. Interestingly, always, every time it happens anew. Every time new people fall for it. And this is something really, really amazing for me, in many ways. That even if you have new people coming up with new ideas, in this case, always at this point they start finding people to really start with this whole, my console is better than yours, my system is better than yours, my games are better than yours. It's really amazing, and that so many people don't see that there are just a part of a really big marketing scheme and nothing more. It's really amazing, because if you really, like I said, if you think about it, the console wars are one of the biggest, really biggest and most working marketing ploys out there. I know there are bigger ones, but this one is because everyone knows it's happening. Really everyone knows that it's going on. So many people think about. So many people say, "Oh God, not again!" But always the people will jump back on it. And even if we are saying no, it doesn't work for us, we won't be able to. Let's face it, every one of us was at some point, at some point we were always suckered into this. At some point, even if we just say, yeah, not again, even if we just are pissed off at the people, we always think, why did these people all have come back? They know every console and so on. Everyone can play what they like, etc., etc. We start thinking about it. We are suckered into this again and again. We start talking about these things. We never really shut up. Even we are to blame for this situation, even if we are doing nothing against it. We always are part of it. And again, like I said, this is a very interesting situation. And like I said, think a little bit about it. The last time you were suckered into, or the last time you heard about these console wars, I guarantee you will say, my God, yes, at some point I really was thinking about all of this. I really was talking about all of this. I was part of it. I really was part of it. And this, like I said, this is something I really find interesting. And it's, like I said, it always works. I have never seen someone who was not affected about this. Like I said, as strange as it sounds, we were always part of this big scheme. And yeah, it's a marketing ploy done right in so many ways. And it's really interesting. Like I said, we will never stop hearing about these things. We will always be suckered in by them, and it's really like I said, it's something we really should think a little bit more about next time we are getting angry about people talking smack about our beloved system, or we are just pissed off that there are so many idiots out there who think that who jump on the bandwagon, because we are also jumping on the bandwagon. Even if we don't say it out loud, even if we don't know we are part of it, we are always getting suckered in. And hey, let's be honest. If we think about a little bit more than our whole life, we are getting suckered into these kind of things. There are so many AdWords. We don't know our AdWords anymore, because they are just out there. They just happen, and it's really one of I think one of the most how to put it, worst situation we are in, that we are able to be even controlled more by AdWords than we really like to believe. Now I'm not a tinfoil hat person, just to get that out. I'm not saying we are always controlled by them. So this doesn't mean even if we are participating in something, that we are, or we personally think, to only think about what the companies want to sell us. No, but in all honesty, we are so often suckered into the situation that we are used by the companies to participate. This is the part that I personally really find. On one hand, I find it really fascinating that it is possible to do that with us, but on the other hand, I really find it scary that it is so easy to sucker us in, even if we aren't thinking about buying stuff or something like that. Just being out there and just being put into these situations. It's really. Like I said, I'm not saying they control us. Like I said, I am not a tinfoil hat conspiracist. I don't want to be that. But yeah, this is really something, or a very strange situation in many ways. That I think how many other ads or how many other works of this are really used against us. Now, like I said, this was just something we came up while we were discussing the situation of just a discussion how we see this whole mess with the whole mess with the console wars, because every time something new happens, the people start falling for that again. And again, it's really, if you think about it, always being manipulated at this point. It's kind of scary, like I said. But yeah, let's not think about too much about this. But coming back to the console wars part, because this is something that I think a lot of us could at least think about in so many ways. We should, even if people start talking smack about this, we really should relax a little bit more. I mean, every one of us has his or her own preference what to play. I'm personally really a PC gamer all the time, because I started with a PC, and the consoles came very late for me. Even if I had a Game Boy after a while, and even a Super Nintendo, But yeah, I always was more the PC gamer, but this doesn't mean I hate consoles or console gamers. They just have another idea how to play, and there are great console games out there. Or until the newest consoles, the Switch is the newest console I bought. To be honest. I always had some of the old console, PS2, PS3, because there were games on them that personally I was interested in. So I always bought them, and I played the games. I really I wanted to play some of the exclusive titles I don't get on PC. But in the meantime, I don't know. Most of the titles don't really interest me anymore. So like I said, the Switch was the only one where games were out that interested me. But again, everyone should play the system they like. Everyone has a different taste. Everyone thinks a little bit different about playing games. I personally can't play with a controller, but some other people love playing with the controller. That's not, like I said, that's not a big deal. Really, not a big deal. So why do we need to fight about this? We don't need to fight about this. We just need to relax. We just need to be, how to put it, just calm down and just enjoy what we have. Just enjoy what we like. Yeah, because life is too short to always complain about other things, to talk smack about bad things. It doesn't make any sense in the long run. And yeah, so just next time, like I said, next time before you start saying we are the master race, you have no idea, PC gamers or console gamers say, yeah, we are the better ones because our consoles can do so much more, etc. pp. Just calm down. Just relax for a little while. Don't be too all high and mighty. Just be someone who loves playing games. Just be someone who doesn't talk too much about them. Just talk about what you like about gaming. Just be a gamer. A gamer doesn't need to be an asshole. For me, a gamer is just someone who loves playing games, who loves talking about games, who just loves sharing his thoughts about games, and is always glad that there are so many people out there who also have the same hobby, the same ideas, and the same interests. So yeah, just be a normal gamer and relax everything. So yeah, thanks for watching today, and like I said, I will continue with these for a while. Yeah, today we only build a small model kit I got. I have two other ones of this. I thought it would be interesting to build something that's quick, that I can finish in these small videos. And yeah, there is I finished the Mack truck in the meantime, having it here. But yeah, I thought at least I could finish one thing on the camera. So I might do, before I start with the Porsche GT3 RS. I built these small kits that are really. I'm honest. I really love them. They're not. I know they are not that detailed, but some of them have very interesting ideas. I think this one has a pullback feature. Yeah, it works. It works here, and also a feature that the motor can come out. I don't know if it's jumped somewhere. I don't know if it really works. I think something went wrong here. No, I think it worked. Don't know why or how this should work, but yeah, they built something into this. I can't do it here. I don't have something hard to race against at the moment. So yeah, I still will do them. Like I said, I really love building these small kits, and it's really a fun experience. I talked a little bit in more length in my last video about these. But yeah, I will do another video shortly where I build the second car from this series, because I want to talk about something else that came to mind. Because I had this very interesting experience after starting after I started with these buildings 40 days ago. And I thought I'd give you some of my ideas, but this will be I will put this up shortly when I start building that one. And then let's see. Now today I have still got to do another short comic introduction to record that, something I have promised someone. And yeah, this one you won't see on my channel. Like I said, this will be only on the sites of the creator of that comic, but I will tell you at time where you find it if you're interested in. I know there are only a few people interested in them, but yeah, if you want to see them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next episode. Bye.